In this lesson, we are going to talk about how to develop equations based off of like a word problem. And so we're going to write out equations for the following expressions. The first one says add 19 and 34 and then double the result. So we can see that there's kind of two parts to this problem. There's the add 19 and 34 and then there's the double the result. And we know the double the result is just multiplying by 2 is doubling. So that's what we'll do with that half. And then 19 plus 34 we know is just going to be 19 plus 34. But we want to add these numbers before we double the result. So order of operations normally would have our multiplication by 2 come first. But since we don't want that to happen, we need to use parentheses because we want to add first. So we're going to put the 19 plus 32 in parentheses to give it priority over the multiplication, and then we're going to multiply this by 2. So that is the expression that we'd use. So we'd add 19 plus 34, which makes sense, and then double the result. So yeah, this sounds like it's the correct expression. And if we were actually going to solve this, 19 plus 34 is 53. Then we double the result. We would get 106. The next problem says let L, W, U, and P be the length, width, and perimeter of a rectangle. And we are supposed to write a formula for the perimeter in terms of the length and the width. So if we draw out a rectangle, we know that this distance is our length and this distance is our width. And the perimeter is the path that surrounds the area. And so a kind of a good visual to think of this would be like a fence around a yard. And so the total distance of fence equals the perimeter of that area. And so we want to write an expression for the perimeter in terms of length and width being the total distance. So if we think of our rectangle as the yard and we want to find the total distance of this fence, we know we're going to add the length plus the other length because we have 2 walls and then we have 2 widths, so we're going to add the width plus the width. So this is the total sum of all 4 sides. And we know that we can simplify this. So since we have 2 L's, we can just say 2 times L. And we have 2 W's, we can say 2 times W. And we can even take this a step further and say, take out a 2 from both of these and just have L plus W. So this would be our final expression, fully simplified. We can say the perimeter is equal to the sum of the length plus the width times 2. And so that is how we would create our expressions based off of word problems.